Question 13 is a very, you may have done question 13 before, even outside of the PSLE paper. Question 13 is the if you ask me in paper 2, the first real difficult question. And it's difficult not because it's difficult because number one, it's a little bit confusing. Okay. And number two, you need to be able to visualize it quite clearly. Okay. So you look at tower A first. You are told that this is H. Correct? And if you look here, you will have this. Agree? So how do you find the value of H? By looking at this. So most of you will tell me that you will take, a lot of you will do something like you take 94, you minus 58, which is not exactly wrong, but not exactly right either. But it can be done that way. So this one requires a bit of visualization. So you can do something simple like, okay, you let this be 1 unit, which means that you have 1 unit here, you have 1 unit here. Can you tell me what happens when I take 94 minus 58? What am I finding? By the way, the step 94 minus 58 doesn't give you any mark because a lot of students who don't know what they are doing will also go and take 94 minus 58 because it seems right. So you have to demonstrate to the examiner that you must understand what is happening. So the step 94 minus 58 doesn't carry anymore. What are we finding when we take 94 minus 58? I'm going to rearrange the blocks into a model form so that you can see it better. We know that this is H and this is 58. By the way, the answer is 22 cm in case you are wondering. I can rearrange it, right? I put the H together, I put the 1 unit there. Correct? Then what makes up the 94? If you look at the 94 also consists of a 58. Agree? This is your tower A. This is your tower B, yeah? I also have a 58, right? But what else in addition to it I have? So this is my 58, as you can see. But I have one more H. And I have one more small block. This is what makes up my B. We know that this part here is 58. And we know that the total here is 94. So what am I actually finding when I take 94 minus 58? I'm finding this part here. Correct? But what else can you realize once you find the 36? You see this part over here. Isn't this part over here exactly the same as? Correct or not? And therefore, your H is equal to 58 minus 36 to give you 22. Because this is your question mark. So you just take 58 minus 36. Now, there are many different ways to solve this question. This, I think, is one of the easier ones to visualize. You draw the model. You rearrange the blocks into a model form and you visualize it using the model. Okay? Now that you have found H, now the question asks you go and find the volume. But if you find H, the volume is 3 marks. To find volume, you realize that all the blocks are the same. They are just arranging the orientation. So you go and find the volume of one block. To find the volume of one block, you need to find the length of the square base. And to find the length of the square base, you take 36 minus the height, which is 22, to give you 14. Okay, so that will mean that from the model, you will get this is 14. And because it's a square base, you can now find the volume of each block. Okay, so square base, we found that this is 14, this is 14, so this is 22. Because 22 is your H. So 14 times 14 times 22. And that will give you 1440. Sorry, 4312. cm cube. Is there any other method for this question? There are many different methods you could use. There are many different methods you could use. So as long as you get 22 cm and your method is logical, is okay. Some students will go and do things like finding a common multiple. Some students will do something funny like parts, units and parts. All those methods are actually all feasible. But I like to draw a model to represent the information because it's very clear. Is the next question part A 7,200? Yes.